What's our one? We got a bunch of cars parked outside of the house. We're gonna go on a little drive here, and don't really have any routes planned. I'm just gonna let Beta do the driving and kind of see. People always say like, "Oh, where's it gonna go if you don't have a destination in there?" I already have one. Let's cancel that. They're always like, "Where's it gonna go if you just like let it do its thing?" So that's usually what I do when I'm cruising around town, because you know, a lot of times, especially in our town, it's very like grid-like. So it always basically, you know, it's just going to want to go the same way every time. But I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Real sled drive.
It likes to go right.
It loves going right. It always like surprised me too, and like take like a really random street. It's like, what? Why is it going this way? What does it think? Okay, so here's a good one. It doesn't see this construction coming up, so you actually can go through here. I'm gonna let it do its thing, but we'll see if it will. It slows down for that guy, but then nope, road closed. It doesn't care. This is a brand new road, but up here there are like obvious blocks, you know, road closed sign. I don't think it still doesn't really see them yet, but usually I can't let it do its thing because if someone's behind me and it's just way too awkward. But I'm gonna slow it down here a little bit, just see what it does up here. It's obviously blocked. There's like road closed and cones. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what it does.
It sees a bunch of cones.
It sees the cones. Yeah, cones everywhere. Massive cones. Okay. I don't think. Okay, it's stopping. Oh, okay.
Like,
oh. Right doesn't go anywhere. However, it's a dead end street. But hey, it actually. Okay, now let's turn into this parking lot. That is so weird. Okay. All right. Normally I would take over, but we're kind of like on a. This isn't even really a public street. It's like a bunch of parking lots. So
it's a business.
Yeah, we'll just kind of see what it does. The road stops up here, so I'm gonna have to probably turn it around. But a bunch of construction, so this is a good test. Yeah. It's funny now, like with this update, how the cars like they'll like get bigger and small. It's like a little teeny trailer over there, but it shows it as like a semi.
It's like super short.
Okay, so this is like
it's gonna hop on the trail.
Yeah, this is a bike trail, but it's okay. It's just gonna stop here. All right, it wants to go left. All right, so I'm gonna take over here. Okay, so it has to not hit the construction. It's kind of peeling out there. It loves whipping out. Yeah, I mean it like blinker and everything. It gets kind of confused at this part. It's really wide and there's no markings. Okay, I'm gonna have to take over there. And that's the one thing I'm like the most excited for with the next update is that they're finally saying, you know, like wide residential streets. They're supposed to, you know, be an improvement there. So I'm like most.
It doesn't see the blockades.
Yeah.
It only sees the cones.
Yeah, I know. He's kind of said that okay, is it gonna go around here? I kind of want to go. It's very unsure. And that's another thing I've noticed too. Okay, I'm gonna have to tap it a little bit here.
Thinks there's a bunch of cars.
Okay,
there.
take over. I mean, that's I suppose okay. That's like, okay, yeah, I know. That's kind of a really weird construction. Braking for no reason. I mean, the speed limit is 20. It says 25. It's probably 30 on this road, but yeah, right down the center, like literally almost over on the other side, and it moves over, like, but it moves over too late. So it's usually pretty awkward. Like, I'll usually let it do it, but you have to almost like make eye contact. Okay, and this is the same spot. I don't know why, but every time I drive right here, and this is like on the map. It's not that it's like some weird area. It just always freaks out right there. I have no idea why. So let's we'll go right. It's just another like little bug. I don't really have a lot of places like that. I kind of forgot about that specific one though, and that's only with this newest update. I've never had that before. Like the only other time I usually have that happen is if you're like in a campground or something that's not actually on the map, and most times it'll drive through most of it, but it'll get to a certain spot just like that, same spot every single time, and it'll, you know, freak out. So not sure what that is, but hopefully the next update fixes that. It's a big bump when the spare tire bounces. It's like this thing has no chill for certain bumps. I mean, speed bumps it sees like when they're marked, when they have the little markings on them.
Yeah.
It does a good job, but
not really. Even though down in Omaha, it was still like missing those.
Some of them,
sun.
yeah, when they're shaded, yeah. It still has a hard time with that when you go from ultra bright to ultra shaded. Yeah, here's a perfect example. Like, look where the people are, and it's like literally. Like, oh, it's so freaking awkward.
I'm gonna go around you.
So yeah, sometimes it almost like, if they hesitate too long, it seriously acts like it's gonna just go around. And then now it's like really hesitant to go. It's like wide open. It's like waiting for this guy. I have no idea why it's waiting. This guy's like, what the hell? I have no, like, that's kind of unusual. It doesn't want to go. Okay, I didn't do anything there. And normally I would kind of like push it through if I was just driving by myself, but just so that you can see like what it does.
I probably thought our battery died in the middle of the intersection.
He wasn't paying attention. That's the other thing that, like, having this car, having self-driving, I've realized like I'm paying attention more to like what other people are doing to see if they're paying attention to me. You think people are, but they're not. Nobody is paying attention to anything. So I usually just let it be awkward. Ooh. Yeah, it's like that lady was kind of like, oh, I was about ready to take over. It slowed down for the bicyclist. That's pretty good. But it needs to get over. Like, there's a bike here. Like, I'm gonna take over here. It's like there's a bike and a car and a speed sign on the street. So that's where we need. I need that update. Like, all of our roads are kind of like this, where they're wide and there's no markings, so it always wants to go to the center. Like there, it kind of moved over, and like when it gets to stop signs, generally it's pretty good. But like if you have somebody else in front of you, then you can kind of see like, oh, okay, yeah, we are like in the freaking center. It always kind of hesitates here. I haven't done anything yet. It's going really slow. Okay, there we go. Like once it knows, then it goes. But yeah, sometimes it's unsure. We'll see what it does here at these wide parking spots. It's like kind of...
It doesn't even see the parking spots.
I guess this is probably about the center of the road. Yeah, so like this is actually about right because there's parking spots on the right. But like, yeah, center of the road. So again, I can't wait for that. I really hope that is improved. I'm excited to see. Like, yeah, when we went to a bigger city where most of the roads, you know, are they have lines on them, or they're like kind of standard widths, then it was like a completely different car. But we're like in rural South Dakota, so some of these are just, you know, they're
and like those areas too have more people who park on the street, whereas here we don't really.
Yeah, when cars are on the street, actually, it's weird because it'll be in the center, and then it'll see a car, like, ooh, a car, and it'll like hug over close to the car that's parked, and you're almost like, why, you know, why there? Anywhere to be in the center, it would be when there are cars parked. So it's like definitely not how a human would do it, but you know, it is a robot car, so. Mustang wants to race. He looks like it. We almost better take over here. We gotta take over for a second. Oh, he's not even paying attention.
No.
Of course not. Oh, here we go. He's paying attention now. He's laughing. Okay. We'll put that
We
back.
want to switch to chill.
We'll put that back on. Put that back.
Oh.
Whoa! Disco mode. Oh, that's funny. I do that too. Yeah, I kind of want to like play around with that ultra wide camera too on the outside. I think that'd be cool. Like I've seen a lot of other videos, like Dirty Tesla's videos and like, you know, some of the other guys, and it's a lot nicer when you get to an intersection or like something weird happens. You can like, you know, you can turn all the way around the vehicle, so you can kind of clip that in. I'm gonna try and add that to maybe some of the next ones. See how this one turns out.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna take over here and turn this on a little more interesting route, just since we don't have a destination in. Maybe I can even like, if I get it close enough, we can just make it turn here for us. I'm sure the light will turn. There we go. Okay, there we go. It's like waiting. It's a cone. There's a cone in the road. It's gonna. Okay, it's not sure. I'm tapping it a little bit just to kind of. It's kind of like
oh shoot, this is groove speed.
Yeah, this is like a. Oh, okay, it's
Yeah.
fine. This okay, so this is a perfect example, like super wide road.
Oh
What's
my
it gonna,
gosh.
Okay, there's some kids here.
Oh my gosh.
It's easy. They're
like,
fine. There's a whole. It's like it thinks this is the right lane. This isn't. I mean, this isn't terrible. If you look, it's actually lined up. Like this is actually right.
Okay, bump.
Yeah, there's a bump, so it's not gonna see this here.
Make sure
I'm gonna slow down just because
it's like
you literally can't. This is like our construction. They just will start tearing up the street, and there's like one cone to tell you what's going on. Okay, so this stop sign, it always used to miss this stop sign because it was hidden behind this van, which is always here. But now, even if a car isn't here, it knows to slow down even before it displays the stop sign. So I don't know how it knows, but it's being really weird here. It wants to turn right, which is, you must have put a destination in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, all of a sudden it's turning. But that's nice that it stops there now, because it used to always want to blow. You'd be like, okay, I gotta take over here. Stop, do a good job there, just like very naturally.
now it's like driving in the parking.
Yeah, kind of awkward there. But then see here, like the car is like, see how it,
swerve way over.
I don't know why it put its blinker on there.
That's
Random blinker. I know. I always seriously think like they're doing some sort of A/B testing. Like some days it's just like so perfect, and then today like that random blinker. What? There's not even a turn there. I think it gets confused a little bit. Like it might think that there are multiple lanes here, you know, and then it's like putting its blinker on to stay in the lane. I don't know. This intersection, it usually sometimes stops weird. Like there's railroad tracks and it like it's sometimes yeah. See, super hard brake. I had to tap it there. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, I hit the report there. I don't know, and then
it says like stop.
Yeah, it gets the stop sign like in the wrong spot, basically, is what happens. But every time, and that's like been multiple updates, it just slams on the brakes for no reason. And usually I'm kind of ready for it and I tap it. This is also another one that it gets tripped up. It's like not sure if it's 2 lanes or 1 lane. And even with parked cars, it's kind of like, it's still like, oh, you're gonna get over, and kind of like gets over at the last second, which is fine technically. But if someone's like in their car and they open their door, you know, you're gonna freaking smash their door in your car. I always love the visualizations. Like, it's so crazy how much it shows.
It knows that they're turning.
Yeah, I love the fact that it, like, I feel like it always kind of maybe knew, but like now that it shows turn signals, I feel like it has to be taking that somewhat into account. You know, it's another data point. Okay, there's some speed bumps over here. We'll go right so that we can prove that it does see speed bumps.
Wants to go into U-Haul.
Oh, do you still have a destination?
No.
Oh, weird. That's weird. Okay. Geez, are we even gonna be able to see the speed bumps before?
Probably not.
They're right here. So, oh, see? There you go. Slow it down, and then right here. Oh, it just went over the. Well, we weren't going that fast though, so that was a terrible test. That's also part of like why sometimes you do want a destination in, because they've given it a lot more decision making, it seems like, where before, like, if it picked the wrong thing, it would just stick with that even if it knew it was wrong. But now it'll be like halfway through, like, oh, this is actually what we should do, and it will like completely, I'm gonna go straight here. Oh, it actually did. See, that's a perfect example. It was gonna go right, and like I was getting ready to take over. Like, I turned it to take over, and it like turned the same time as me. So it's kind of weird when that happens. It's not like there's anything like special about the drive or anything, but it'd be nice to, you know, with a new update coming out, to kind of have at least a video baseline. I wouldn't mind start to document it a little bit, and so I figured this would be a good baseline for 10.12 or whatever one we're on, 10.12 and 10.13. Hopefully we get that soon and make a couple videos about that. So if you like watching, leave a comment, subscribe. I'm going to be doing more videos like this, so hopefully they get a lot better. This is like kind of my first video, honestly. If you've watched this far, that's incredible. So thanks for watching.